The time calculation wizard in Discover is designed to help users quickly and easily generate a variety of daytime calculations to be used in your analysis, wherein the resulting calculations are generated as custom elements, such as lists and formulas that can then be used within your reports. The time calculation wizard can be accessed through the Query tab within Discover. The wizard then guides the end user to the different steps needed for each calculation on a given daytime hierarchy in an easy-to-follow interface rather than manually building calculations using Formulate. When you click on this dropdown, it will look within the semantic model and identify anything that is driven by date, be it date elements such as date or time intelligence date elements or date hierarchies. Now you get to choose and define what type of calculations will then be created. For this example, let's use our date full month name from our time intelligence. For level, depending on your choice of dimension and hierarchy from your semantic model, there may be one or more items for each level. For level type, it will automatically then correspond with our level. So if you picked a year, or in this case, a month level, then you also get a month level type. However, you can override this by selecting through this drop-down menu. Now, once the levels have been selected, the wizard will then expose all the different functions that are available for all the levels. You can select which functions you'd like to generate, or if you select the header, it will then select all functions within that function in a single click. Now we have 4 different types of functions within here. First is toDate, which creates calculations that returns a list of elements from the start of the given time period. Last then creates calculations that return a list of the last time periods from that date. Period creates calculations that return comparisons of different time periods, and current returns current period of given date time. Note that these functions will create a list as well as aggregation for the given calculation. For our example, let's get the sales for the last 6 months. So within here, let's select last 6 months or 6 months under this function and hit apply. Once we do this, it then generates my materialized calculations. So we have an aggregation of the last 6 months as well as the list of the last 6 months. Now let's create a quick report by looking at sales by countries. So let's add country to our grid and also our sales measure. Now let's go to our elements and use our calculations. Let's go ahead and use last 6 months, which gives us the aggregation for those last 6 months for our current time period. And also let's pull our list. And within here, we can essentially use this as a drop down, and we get the aggregation for each month for the last 6 months within our data. We can also select last 6 months, which gives us the aggregated results for each month or for the total of the last 6 months. Now, if we were to move this and use it as our column instead, then we also get our sales results for each month, as well as the aggregated results for the last 6 months for each intersection of our time period, as well as our country. Note that these calculations are created only within this report. However, you can make it shareable, so it can be utilized outside of this report by right-clicking on it and making it shareable, but it can also be done as you created within the wizard itself. Also, should the user wish to view the formula or modify it, you can easily then go to Formulate, so open this in Formulate, and further customize this calculation with the full range of functionality offered within our Formulate module. With the time calculation wizard, users are given a very quick way of building commonly asked calculations in the time dimension without needing to build everything manually within Formulate itself.